It's interesting as we're having this discussion. Today, I was looking through the Business Officer magazine and also the University Business magazine and seeing what small liberal arts institutions are faced with as we go through this new norm, so to speak. And what struck me is, although the brief has been written and been edited over a number of months, it seems like the issue has continued to percolate. For example, an interesting statistic I just read this past week is that prior to the Great Recession, I call it, of 2008, 2009, approximately 2 to 3 institutions actually found themselves closed. And since the recession up until this point, the number is somewhere around 10. So if you take that and extrapolate, you can see something further down the road might be coming. And it will take prudence, hard work, and some measure of tenacity on the part of board members and institutional leaders to ensure that their institutions don't go down that path. What is the discount rate for their entering freshmen? What is their blended discount rate? Do they know what their unrestricted fundraising is as a percentage of the budget? And how is the budget developed over a period of time? Are they familiar with their debt profile? What is their debt service coverage ratio? These are all questions that they're going to have to ask because some of our institutions are leveraged. They've been leveraged in a way to attract students to newer buildings and things of that nature. But now they're having to address the issue of, if I have declining revenue, I still have fixed expenses. And do I understand what those expenses are? And if I'm going to be heavily discounting, what does that do to my net tuition revenue? And more importantly, what does that do to my cash flow on an annualized basis? At our institutions, MSIs and HSIs primarily, you could probably say we have smaller endowments than our traditional white institutions. And how do they balance that out? What is the size of the endowment per student or per faculty member? Can we continue to spend at the rate that we're currently spending and not have negative impacts on the budget? Trustees are going to have to really understand that core mission and the history and the tradition, but try not to have the history and the tradition trump what needs to be done right now with the economics that we're faced with, to really say, this is why I'm on this board, and this is what I have to do, and this is what I have to accomplish. Now let me go about getting it done. And start right now.